session. And actually, they were woken up in the middle of the night yesterday as there was a fire alarm. But luckily enough, no one got hurt. And they could go back. Hope they will not be tested throughout this session, and there will be no disqualifications.
For the men's event,
Here are the referees. Respectively.
And your technical delegate, Craig Hunter.
And Craig Hunter is our technical delegate here for this meet.
You may be seated.
So they are here to make sure that competition is run smoothly and according to FINA's and LEN's rules. And just a few moments and we can start with this session. This is the core room where swimmers are gathered, and from there they march on to the pool deck. They are the participants of our first event. Looking a little bit tired in the middle of the picture. That is and it is time to start this penultimate morning session, and we are going to have 5 and 16 fastest swimmers will go at the beginning of the program, and the 8 fastest from those semis will make it to the final, which will be swum at the end of. So these swimmers, the best of them, but they could already get used to. The men's 50 fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes.
Seeded heats. And heat number 1. This is the lineup with Ramil Valizadeh from Azerbaijan. So only 7 swimmers. Entry time 24. He needs to swim a huge.
Take your marks.
Great start by Dasar. Now it is already in 5. Igor Troyanovsky from the Ukraine and Tomer Frankel from Israel. Those two in the middle lanes, and the Ukrainian is 23.17. Swift time to start it off. The semis, and his entry time by almost 9. First heat. And ready at the blocks. with Bence Gyarfas from Hungary in 4. Heiko Gickler from Austria missing in 5. It is Gyarfas, and down in lane 7, Katalin Ungur. And he is still in the lead with 5 meters to go at the final touch. 23.29, so a little bit off the pace of Igor Trojanovsky. Katalin Ungur, winner of the second heat, 23.29, which is 0.3 of a second faster than his entry time. This is the final result of the second heat, and we already move on to the first. In the middle lane.
Take your marks.
Five. And at the halfway turn, it is Turkin Ümitcan Güreş from Turkey in 6. Güreş ahead of Popkov, and then Turkin tied with Mars. Quick final touch on the wall, and Ümitcan Güreş field so far. And we move on to the penultimate heat with Sebastian Szabo in lane 4, winner of the bronze medal 2 years ago. Great things by the Hungarian, and here's Zenimoto, the Norwegian, in lane 2.
Take your marks.
Great start by Szabo, who used to swim for Serbia, but is of Hungarian origin, and now he already competes for Hungary. To him in 5. Up in front, but that is going to be a close one as Zenimoto takes it at the final touch ahead of Markov, then Pöytäkivi, Szabo down in 4th. Those 4 below. Fly, but then missed out. Final. Kostin taking the middle lane, and Marius Kush. All smiles for Mandu after winning silver in the 50 free yesterday. We're having great results in fly as well. Okay, why not? This, says Mandu. Brilliant start by the French. Also keep an eye on Kush, winner of the 100 fly 2 days ago. So it is Manadu first at the turn. Over. Those two are 1 and 2, hand in hand. 22:52 for Kostin, ahead of Manadu and Marius Kush. So Kostin, the fastest in the field in the morning prelim, already on 22.06. Well, not the best of touches by Kostin. Slide to the wall, but still managing to lane fours in the respective semi-finals, advancing in 1 and 2. Also through Tomu Zenimoto in 7th. 3 Russians in the top 8, but only the 2 fastest of them could go through, and those 2 were Kostin and reigning champion Alexander Popov, meaning that Daniil Markov will be out. Another dash coming up, the women's 50 backstroke, our next event. 2, 3, and 4 will be the... So the big names are coming in those heat.
Take your marks.
Of 29.3. Let's say 2 full seconds. Finals. Brilliant turn by the Czech, and she wins it by quite a huge margin, putting in a decent 27.9. Bending her arm to where she was able to dip below 28. But the results are not official yet. They are checking something in the official video room. Time, that's the start list for our first season. 4, who is already winner, but this is her pet event. So they're still checking, but now the results of the... We can move on to the first seeded heat. For Simona Kubova, formerly known as Simona Bomtova, is in 5. And expect these ladies to be well below. It is Kubova who is first at the halfway mark in 5. And holding on to that lead, also looking strong in 7, Lotta Kupanne from Finland, but she fades away in the final meter. Below 27 seconds. Which will be the semis and .27 seconds to qualify. So right now Hatch taking lane 4. Champion. And next to her, Mathilde Seny from France, and
Take your marks.
Phil Hutch only 8th 2 years ago with now at the halfway turn it is Jensen from Denmark. She finished just off the podium 2 years ago. Silver medalist in the 200 back yesterday. The winning time just out was 26.6 from the previous heat. Jensen is the second fastest qualifier for the semis. Danish spectators can be happy. Ulrika Jensen can be happy. And we can also be 50 back. Lena Delete, though, is not going to be one of them as she is missing in lane 6. In lane 4, next to her, Beryl Gastaldello, already silver medalist in the 50 fly and the 100 free. So it is Toussaint up against Gastaldello in the middle lanes. Both of them winning a European title last night in the 4x50 freestyle relay for the Dutch and the French team respectively. And those two are well ahead of the rest of the field and space. Being very happy and waving before the race. Touch. It was very close between Toussaint and Gastaldello. The computer says, yeah, it was even Gastaldello touching first. So the computer says she was 0.8 of a second slower than Toussaint, even beaten by Alicia Torch. So Toussaint going through first, and Gastaldello only down in 8th right now. Kubova second, Jensen.
Freestyle heats.
And we already move on to the next event, which is the men's 100 free. As always, lots of contesters, 9 heats to be swum. The seeded ones being this is the lineup for the first heat. Gustav Högfeldt from Sweden, then Kondiroli from Kosovo, and Bau from Slovenia. Only the Kosovar having an entry time that is 55.7, so expect Martin Bau and Högfeldt to be much swifter than that.
Take your marks.
44.94 is the world and European record by Amaury Levaux, set an 8, and the Rijeka ever been close to that time ever since. 23.3, halfway split for Högfeldt. So this is going to be the Martin Bow outside of 50 seconds. And so Högfeldt on a 49 point. Once again, but only 2 per nation may go through, and well, that is something. Italians with a decent, a full lineup in Heat 2. Björn Kammann from Germany in lane 4 on a 51.3. So it is going close to the 50-second barrier for the German. 23.39, just 400ths of a second slower than Högfeldt was in the speed at the final 15 meters. He is well under 50. Some celebration, please. He is sub 50, 18 years of age, Björn Kammann, winner of the second heat and clocking a better time than Gustav Högfeldt in the previous one. Can already expect some great speed. Thierry Bollin from Switzerland in 4. Some movement by Konstantin Malachi in 8. An empty lane in the middle as Dado Jasminason from Ireland. That is quite a speed. 22.8 split. And he is pulling away from the back also in this 9.6 for Macmillan. Lots of Irish spectators present, and they can be will that 47.9, and we will find out. This is Heat 4 and 2 more Irish swimmers. Jordan Sloan on a 48.9 in lane number 4. Start by Daniel. So keep an eye on him on the outside lane, up in lane 0. And Zaitsev it is, who is in first position together with Sloan in lane 4. Sloan on a 22.6 and the halfway split, which is faster than Macmillan was by a huge margin. 47.5 the winning time. And the men's 100 free, Jordan Sloan, 47.5, which is already faster than what it took to qualify 2 years ago. So right now it is Ireland 1 and 2, Sloan ahead of Macmillan, this a world champion down in lane 8. I wouldn't say he is shaved. Let's see if he tapered.
Take your marks.
Preparing for the long course season next year, but it's good to see a great like Jeremy Stravius present in Glasgow. Up in lane 2, Thomas Hollock from Switzerland, keeping the pace of Stravius, who is first at the halfway turn, a little bit off the pace of Sloan from the previous heat. Still ahead at the final turn. Close to him in 9, Gregor Tsirk from Estonia. But it is Jeremy Stravius who wins this one. 47.96, equaling the time of Jack Macmillan. Four more heats to go. Gliding to the wall, Jeremy Stravius just below 48 seconds. So we move on to heat number 6. The last one before the seeded heats, with Basikoglu from Turkey in 4. Marcus Lee not present, lane 1. Former bronze medalist and the short course Europeans. Of course, not in the shape of his lifetime, missing out on the finals of the 200 free. Looking strong in 7, Björn Seeliger from Sweden. Lane 0, Clément Mignon, another French great. The winning time. So the Swift victory. So we have had 2 Stravius and Clément Mignon respectively. The latter one swimming Kovsky ahead of Kozma in 3rd. And now it Peter Timmers, Olympic silver medalist in 5. Of the 4th place at the Olympic Games as a Canadian sprinter, Santo Condorelli. Focusing on the 50 fly, the Hungarian. So it is lane number 1, Maxim Labanovsky, the other Hungarian winner of the 50 free. But he is a 50. Matthias Rudsgaard from Denmark in lane 0 takes over. Also down in 7, Massim Grousset, yet another Frenchman. And it is going to be Grousset. And then Rudsgaard, the World Championship finalist. So sub 47 swim by just outside of 47 seconds. For him. Here are the final results with 5 swimmers. This is the swam some incredible times in the morning session. We will have finals in the morning, but he was not able to repeat those performances neither in the 200 free nor in the 200 IM. So instead of 2 gold medals, it is 1 silver to his name. So looking strong, Jesse Puts, former short course world champion from the Netherlands in 2. Then in 4 it is Grinev, who really has to push hard, as we have 4 great Russian swimmers. So now it is Grinev ahead of Puts. Now Puts falling behind, and Duncan Scott making a late move, but he cannot hold on to Vladislav Grinev. 46.1, the winning time by the Russian. Duncan Scott at this, and so is Alessandro Miresi, European champion, the Italian. So it is 46.16, this final heat of the men's 100 free. 4 gold medals here in Glasgow. Serhiy Shevtsov next to him, representing the Ukraine. And lane 6, it's Mikhail Vakovyshev, winner of the silver medal in the 200 free.
Take your marks.
So Morozov, after a brilliant performance in the 50 free, to an empty lane as Emre Sakci from Turkey is not present. And Morozov is a class on his own, winning. Then the speed of Vladislav Grinev. With Vlad Morozov. Vakovyshev also under 45, but it will not be good enough for qualification, as Vladislav Grinev was the swiftest of all in the penultimate heat. So Vakovyshev is out. Flora Manadou, he's also out. Likes the performance by Morozov. But of course Manadou not entering the 100 free this time. Had to settle for silver in the 50 meters. So this is the final result of the and Vladimir Morozov once again in top shape here in Glasgow. A rather easy second half of the distance still earns him top spot in this final heat, and lane 4 in the first. His compatriot is going to be in 4 in the second semi-final, so he had the fastest time by 0.3 of a second ahead of Morozov, then Scott. Also through Merezi, Billis, Lima, Timmers, Clément Mignon as the second French, and Jordan Sloan from Ireland also makes the cut. Was needed to go through, which is faster than 2 years ago. Our next event is going to be the women's 200. Have 3 seeded heats. Heat for just over 2 minutes her entry time.
Take your marks.
Empty lane. Not present. Off they go. And the women's 200 free, the world record stands to Sara Sjöström. The holder is Federica Pellegrini, the Lioness of Verona. And she will be swimming in the 4th heat in this event, so she is here in Glasgow already making the final. And the halfway mark, it is Tjasa Pintar from Slovenia setting the pace. Early leader Arina Baikova from Latvia, slowly but surely fading away. As this is a 200-meter race, there will be no semi-finals but direct final, so only somewhere in the 1:57.50. But she is way better swimmer than that. And she proves that once again, 1:57.1, which is actually a few hundredths of a second faster than what it took to go to the finals 2 years ago. Let's not forget, we still have 4 more heats, that is 40 swimmers, and only the 8 fastest will go through. But that Tjasa Pintar, Sabina Kupčová from Slovakia on lane 4, already a couple of entry times under 2 minutes in this second heat. Four swimmers from Slovakia in this very same heat. Pavlikovska in 1, Kupčová in 4, and down in 8 and 9, that's Cibulkova and Rybkova.
Take your marks.
Beryl Pacheco. But we can also expect Lena Opatril from Austrian 6 to be strong, as the Austrians are having quite a good meet. Few finals, semi-finals, close to medals in some of the events. And that is not what we got used to by their coaches and their swimmers. And it at the 50-meter mark. However, at the halfway turn, it is already the Austrian up in front. 58, which is about half a second slower than the pace of Chasa Pintar in the previous heat. The entry time of Lena Opatril is, and she can be somewhere close to that 2-minute barrier this time as well. As she is the clear leader right now, more than a body length ahead of Ieva Maliuka from Latvia. Two-minute mark, but manages to 9.1, and also your winner off the pace of and two swimmers swimming sub 2 minutes as we get ready for yesterday in the 100 free is in lane number 4. Isabel Koza, very young and very talented German next to her in 5.
Take your marks.
7 from Hungary, 18 years old. So a lot of young swimmers and a lot of great swimmers, and what a speed Freya Anderson is demonstrating over these. She had very good backhand speed at the final of the 100 meters, which should mean that she will be in contention for a medal in the longer event as well. And the halfway mark, nice easy swim by Anderson at the turn. By far, this is the fastest split session. Goes a second and pushing hard Margarita Panziera, the winner of the 200 back in lane number. So a little over 30 meters to go, and it is Anderson. This is the final turn. Anderson should be able to bring it home, unless Koza. Exactly on the same time, 1:55.42. Two winners, Anderson and swimming sub 1:56, which should mean qualification for the final for the Italian. So we cannot call a winner, a single winner. Anderson and Koza finishing on exactly the same time. Panziera further back in 4th position. Olympic champion, world champion, European champion, both short course and a long course. She is the empress of the 200 free. She is just brilliant, still swimming at a very high speed. So a swift start by the Italian. Only two. But expect her to make a move. And of a second separating those two. Well under the pace of Freya Anderson in the previous heat. About 4/10 of a second quicker. Still looking very easy and comfortable. This is where we can expect Pellegrini to pull away a little bit from Annika Brun. And this is exactly what she does. Final 15 meters. And Pellegrini is still well under the pace of. She wins this by a huge margin, easing out in the final strokes. 1:55.2. 2/10 of a second. Anderson. Also a sure qualifier for the final. Swimmers sub 1:57. At the blocks, Femke Heemskerk, look at the entry time of the Dutch, which is more than 2 seconds faster than that of Barbara Seymanova, who will be swimming next to her.
Take your marks.
Winner of the title back in 2010, Femke Heemskerk. Silver medalist last time around. This time we have another French, Margot Fabre, swimming up in lane 0. And it is Barbara Seymanova first at the turn. The pace is slower than that of Pellegrini as well as Anderson's. Well, I think we can only judge by the split at the 100-meter mark. And now 56.05 speed, and that one is more than a tenth fast. Position for the final of the 200 free, only to be beat. So 0.3 of a second separating 1 and 2, Heemskerk and Seymanova. So far, which means that was who is touches, still swimming 03, the fastest of all in the morning session. And the prelims, but that very, very, very strong morning outing took its toll in the finals. So now she laid back a little bit, swimming easily in the second part of the race, and final touch on the wall by Heemskerk, but it still earns her top. So Heemskerk of Seymanova 156, which means it took a 155.89 to qualify. Very, very swift and very tight. Seconds separating Heemskerk and Pantiera, 1 to 8. So this is going to be to the final this afternoon. She was supposed to swim in lane 3, but the Azerbaijani delegation well, we do Cyprus in lane 4.
Take your marks.
And the women's 100 fly. Be most probably well under 1 minute, which is her entry time, 1:00.5. But this one is going to be Shagolyeva outside her personal best. That Feni Teyansalo swims yet another personal best. Here is the final result of Heat 1, and we already move to the first of the seeded heats. Arina Surkova put in a very decent 50 fly. Mixed medley relay. Beryl Gastadello. 6. After the
Take your marks.
By the way, there was a misfunction of the timing system in the 50 back. If you recall, she touched first, just ahead of Kira Toussaint. But the official result said she was down in 8th position. It has already been corrected, and she swam a new national record for France. 26 flat. Now it is Surkova ahead of Beckman. Great underwater kicking by the Danish swimmer as she takes over in the final meters. Surkova puts her back on top, Beckman second, and Lisa Höping from Germany. For the semifinals, so not only 8. And Arena, 8 seconds. Lane 2 was supposed to be Katinka Hosszus, but that is empty. The Hungarian, after already winning 3 titles, now focusing on the 200-meter individual. As Ilaria Bianchi will be swimming in lane 4.
Take your marks.
Bianchi, silver. Fly Anastasia Shkurdai from Belarus. Very strong in the first 50, but she's also a great sprinter. Expect her to have some difficulties down the stretch. It is Shkurdai ahead of Bianchi and in the previous heat. Ilaria Bianchi .57.4. Which means 14 hundredths of a second slower than Surkova's pace, but a spot in the semi-final. Then Bianchi and Alina Schmidtke from Germany taking 3rd spot in this penultimate heat of the women's 100 fly. Already at the blocks. The final heat, Elena Diledo having to her. And also present Siobhan Mary O'Connor from Great Britain, Olympic silver medalist in the 200 IM.
Take your marks.
Empty lane 3 for Maria Bugolkova. The Swiss opting out of the 100 fly. Focusing, I suppose, on the 200 IM, which is her strongest. 25-meter turn, it is O'Connor and Elena Dilido. And the halfway mark, Dilido on a heat. O'Connor seems to have some difficulties. Position and the final turn with Dilido well ahead. Taking this first heat. Tutuneki from Greece well behind, and Angelika Köhler takes third. O'Connor down in fifth. Fastest this morning, almost a full second faster than Arina Surkova. Elena Dilido, the top seed, proving her supremacy. Sub 58. Dilido by far the fastest. Followed as well. A place in the semi-final of this event.
The athletes for our next event. This is the men's 100 meters individual medley heats.
It's time to move on to the men's 100 IM. 5 heats to be swum, and Tomo Zenimoto already in. So expect some great times already in Heat 1 as the winner and the silver medalist of the 200. Max Litchfield, the winner of the 400 meters into Zenimoto. Next to him in 3 and down 8 as Max Litchfield.
Take your marks.
Of course, this Litchfield, the winner of the 400-meter title. After the butterfly, it is Zenimoto ahead of Vazayos. Vazayos, the best backstroker of all, catching up with Zenimoto and turning first. Zayas now pulling away on breaststroke. He should hold on to that lead. And the freestyle. Sub 52 seconds for Vazayos. Zenimoto in second, and Litchfield, just as expected, in third. 51.89. Quite a speed by Andreas Vazayos. And should for the semis. 2 years ago, this time the final, and he already puts it in the prelims. Zenimoto definitely through with that 52. As we move on to the second heat, Gabor Zombori of Hungary, world junior champion in this August. So this may be a little bit too short for him, as well as for Leon Marchand, also a 17-year-old junior swimming next to him. He was a finalist already in the fourth. Xavier Marchand. So the two juniors in lanes 4 and 5. All ahead of the rest of the field. 25.3. Marchand seems to be having the edge over Zombori as they turn to freestyle. Still kicking underwater, Marchand, but he can be overtaken in the final meters. Setting a huge personal best, bettering his old mark by almost 1. Swimming very well. Those two separated by 1.5 seconds from the rest of the field. And this is already the first of the seeded heat. Former world record holder in 4, and also Duncan Scott present once again. Two Britons, Joe Litchfield and Duncan Scott in 1 and 2.
Take your marks.
What a start Joe Litchfield has had. And 1, and he pulls away in breaststroke, and he is four years ago. And he will be 52.1, and Duncan Scott managing to overtake Joe Litchfield down the stretch with a huge freestyle leg. An easy win by Fasikov, just off the pace of Andreas Vezaios from heat number 1. Fasikov really suited for this 100 IM, which is not about the technique but the speed most of the times, and well, Fasikov does have the speed. Champion in 4, Philip Heinz, bronze medalist in the 200 IM. Will be swimming in 6.
Take your marks.
Orsi beating Fasikov by 1/10 of a second for the European title 2 years ago. Off to a great start. On line 4, it's Orsi. Expect Ceccon, the other Italian, being very good in backstroke, and so is he, overtaking Orsi at the halfway turn, and faster than Vezaios was. But Ceccon, well, he's not that kind of a breaststroker. So it is Orsi and Bernhard Reitzhammer putting in a decent breaststroke leg from Austria, and head-to-head with Marco Orsi. Pushing down the stretch, it is the Italian taking it just ahead of Reitzhammer and so it is Italy 1 and 3. Let's remember we also had an Italian in the previous heat. It was Giovanni Izzo. Nation may go through. So coming up, the final heat of this 100 IM with Kliment Kolesnikov, the reigning world short course champion, taking lane 4. Here he is, winning the 100 back title yesterday. In both the mixed medley and the 4x50 freestyle relay.
Take your marks.
The silver medal 4 years ago. It is Marcus Lee from Norway touching first. That of Vesikov in P3. Lee pulling away from Kolesnikov, Sjodin and Tumarkin. So it comes down to freestyle, and well, Kolesnikov is heck of a freestyler. Manages to take over and win in a time of 52.5. So let's just recall, in the heat number 1 we had Andreas Vesaios putting in and Kliment Kolesnikov taking this final heat. Fastest of the prelims by far. This is the final result of the last heat. And here we have confirmation of which is almost half a second faster to qualify 2 years ago. Coming up next, the final individual event of this morning session, and that is the women's 200 meters individual medley. Swimming in this first heat, Eszter Szabó-Feltóti of Hungary. In lane 4, Emily Fast next to her.
Take your mark.
Was already winner of a silver and the bronze medal behind Katinka in the 400 IM and the 200 fly. So 2 Hungarians, and here is the third one, Eszter. Backstroke swimmers, only 17 years of age, so still a junior, making finals at the World Junior Championships this August in Budapest, Hungary, and she is pulling away from Emily Fast. Her split. Halfway turn, but keeping the pace of Fast and company. Szabó-Feltóti 50 meters to go. Lane 1, that is Raquel Pereira from Portugal, moving into second position with only 15 meters to go. This is going to be a decent time by Eszter Szabó-Feltóti from Hungary. Just outside of 2:10. So a 2:12.8. That is the winning time. Clapping the final results of the first heat. It is heat number 2, the first seeded heat.
Take your marks.
That means empty lane 3. But yes, Siobhan Mary O'Connor of the 100 fly. She's back into action in her favorite event. Olympic silver medal behind Katinka Hosszu back in Rio. The first split, Maria Dugolkova, already finalist in the 400 IM, next to her. And currently in third, it's Irina Krivanogova from Russia. Nice strokes, but being the weakest one for her. And still puts in a better split than Maria Dugolkova over this. O'Connor, originally a breaststroker, competed in the 100 breast back in 2012 at the London. And this stroke. O'Connor manages to. And those two most probably will be in the final, as O'Connor takes it just ahead of a tiring morning session for Siobhan Mary O'Connor, doing the 100 fly and 200 IM double. Dugolkova skipping the fly to focus on the medley, and so does Katinka Hosszu. Number 4. So in just over 2 minutes from now. So lane 4. Winner of the bronze medal in the 400 IM. Making headline.
Take your marks.
And also by winning medals, of course. She will be one of the favorites to medal in this 200 IM. It is in 3. Zoe Vogelmann. Germans are present with quite in second, and Cusinato down in third. The pace a little bit faster than that of Siobhan Mary O'Connor in the previous heat, as Cusinato takes over in backstroke, which could be considered her strongest stroke, and expect her to, well, fade away maybe in the final 100 meters. 1:00. A second off the base of Cusinato still in the lead. Cusinato was faster than Siobhan Mary O'Connor in the third 50 meters. Cusinato also makes it 10 in this second heat. So 2:09.2 the winning time. Lower than that of Siobhan Mary O'Connor. A nice breaststroke leg by Cusinato though. And a convincing victory in heat number 3. So this is the final result as we turn Katinka Hossu swimming on lane number 4.
Take your marks.
Katinka unbeaten in the 200 IM ever since the Short Course World Championships in 2012. So in the past 7 years, a long course and also the Olympic Games, she is yet to lose a race in the 200 IM, including all those World Cups. Close to 40, maybe 50 races in this event, being unbeaten. On 100 meters of this event, Hossu moving up to 2nd position after turning only 4th in the butterfly. Which means that the pace of Katinka Hossu in these first 100 meters, but expect her closer to Jakobosch. And now at the end of breaststroke, it is only 4/100ths of a second. In 3rd position, but the pace is in the previous heat, so the Hungarians, if they want to advance, well, 209.12. Would that be enough? Yes, that would. Not for lane 4, but both of these Hungarians will be in the final. Kristina Horska also making it. And for the first time in, I don't know, like 6, 7, 8 years, I see Katinka Hossu being exhausted. Her face after the final touch. That was telling, I think. Down the stretch to make sure they go through. And yes, they do. Yes. Both of them actually in 3rd and 5th position respectively. And Kristina Horska also making the cut. Here you have the summary. Swimmer in
Ladies and gentlemen,
will be contesting the final tonight. Final event of this morning, freestyle relay, mixed meaning. And usually it is the male swimmers who start off and leave it up to the ladies to finish off. In the first heat, we have Poland, Russia, Germany, and also France in the mix. Konrad Czerniak swimming for Poland. And the French also looking strong down in lane number 8. For the Russians, he will be the second. So no Morozov, at least now in the morning prelims. So it is Poland 2, Poland 1, sorry, Russia 2.
Take your
Keep an eye on the Irish up in lane 0, Shane Ryan. Also a great sprinter. Now it is lane number 2, that is Vladislav Grinev. Ooh, that was a tight takeover by Vakovishchev. Ahead, Clément Mignon swimming for the French down here in lane 9. Melanie Hennig for the French and Cornelia, who are currently in 3rd position. Still holding on to the lead, but it is going to be tight. And Vasek it is who takes over now in the final 15 meters. Santamon also looking very strong, but it is going to be Russia and Poland. 1-2, actually 1 and 1. So once again, it is a tie in the relay. Yesterday there was also a tie in the women's 4x53, including the first them winning European titles in the final, touching in 9th position, will most likely be disqualified due to a bad takeover by Monica Ramirez, their 3rd swimmer. That's why we have to wait for the official results. Vakovishchev back, Grinev ahead of her, and also Daria Ustinova. They did just what they have been asked for, to qualify in 1st position, or at least finish this heat in 1st position and make sure that all the takeovers are okay. Hand in hand, Russia and Poland. The results are now two. And this is going to be the lineup for the final heat in this morning session, with Denmark up in 0. Moldova, Great Britain, Belarus, Iceland, Slovakia, and Italy. Expect Italy to be fast, maybe Belarus even faster, and of course the British and the Danish team. They will be in contention for the win. James Guy entering the scene, swimming the 2nd leg for the British team. With Leonardo De Plano, Santacondorelli, the Olympic finalist, being their 2nd swimmer. Belarus, Turkin, Machekin, Shkordai, and Karakovskaya. That is also a very strong team. Scott McLeay to lead it off for Great Britain. Turkin for Belarus, and De Plano for Italy.
Take your marks.
And off they go. Turkin in the middle, and Scott McLeay overtakes. No, he does not. It is Italy. Condrelli swing for so it is Italy 1, Belarus 2, Great Britain 3. As we turn to the ladies, Silvia Di Pietro for Italy, Shkurdai for Belarus, and Hopkin for Great Britain. Move, and so she does. The 200 backstroke swimmer. Skaya for Belarus. But Freya Anderson is going to bring this home. And the home crowd has reason to second heat. So 1:30. Poland and Russia from the previous heat. With a 24.0 split, so not the fastest. Actually, it was compared with Anna Hopkin with a 23.3. That is super sweet by Anna Hopkin. Already in this morning prelims. So safe takeovers for times of 0.2 for Guy, 0.3 for Hopkin, 0.3 for Freya Anderson. And when it comes to the final, and we will see them as they win this second heat of the mixed 4x50 freestyle relay. And this is the summary of on the same time. In first position, Great Britain third, then Italy, France, Belarus, and also making the cut, Ireland and Germany. So that was competitions when it comes to the afternoon session. So this was day number 4, prelims, with some great names doing some great things. Then in the 100 free, of course, it was Morozov all the way. And ready to move into final. We will also see Zenimoto once again competing, Flora Manodou as well competing, Jota Davis, Gusta. We will see the freestyle swimmers and women's 200 meters. Heemskerk back in the 100 IM, where he will have to fight Gastella. And that was it. So make sure that you will follow us live. Session that is 5 p.m. local time, which is 6 Central European time. See you then, and for now, Goodbye.